Hi everyone, it's Grant here at the New Plan, and I'm joined by the one and only Lisa O'Keefe. How are you, Lisa?
I'm good, Grant. How are you?
I'm good, thanks for asking. Now, for those of you that don't know, I am doing an interview with Lisa, but it just so happens that she's also the person that takes care of all our Facebook for us. So if you've ever spoken to the New You Plan on Secret Slimmers or on Facebook, it is actually Lisa that you're speaking to. So big round of applause and thank you to Lisa. But as I say, this is actually an interview because Lisa has done the plan very successfully, might I add. Well done, Lisa.
Thank you.
And so basically, as I say, Lisa, we're just going to run through it the way that we always would
Yeah.
in terms of asking the relevant questions. So, Lisa, if you don't mind me asking, how much is it that you've actually lost on the New Year plan?
I lost 6 stone in 6 months with the plan.
Wow, that's amazing. So it was a stone, pretty much a stone a month.
Yeah, it was a stone a month. I had 3 breaks in the 6 months. So it was literally kind of more than a stone a month, if you know what I mean, because I was off it a little bit. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, it was brilliant.
Super. And Lisa, just because obviously that some people that might not actually put it into perspective, do you mind me asking what that equated to in terms of dress sizes or jean sizes?
Well, when I started, I was wearing kind of size 20 to 22. And when I finished, I was a 10 to 12. But like, I think I suppose I would have worn leggings and tracksuits a lot when I was really big. And as I lost a bit of weight, I still was in the size 20. So I think I was lying to myself. I was probably bigger and just like suctioning myself into these size 20. So yeah.
Well, Lisa, you really have accomplished so much, and for us, all of us here in the new you that get to deal with you on a day-to-day basis, it's just we love watching your transformation, and we've really seen the real Lisa shine
Oh.
through. So it's been wonderful to see. And I suppose then you did mention it at the start, but just to bring it back, so you said you did it for 6 months. Do you mind me
Yeah.
asking when you started again? Because I know you had said it, but just to bring
Yeah,
it back.
I started on the 16th of January 2012.
Right.
My brother was getting married the August of that year, and I was so up in a heap about it really because all the rest of my family are slim and they're healthy looking, and I just kind of was sick of being the one who stood out. So I made it my mission. I was like, there's no way I'm attending that wedding feeling like that. And you see, I have an underactive thyroid, so my metabolism is really, really slow. I tried other plans and stuff, and it would take me a month to lose like 5 pounds. It was just crazy.
Right.
Um, and then you kind of lose your confidence in whatever diet you're doing, and you just fall off the wagon if it's really slow, I feel. So I stumbled across the New Plan online, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously, like for me, I think price was a huge issue. I needed to have something that would suit my budget, and I came across it, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is brilliant! This suits me." And I remember at the start, I was so nervous to order. Like, they have a huge range of stuff, and I was so nervous to order like a mix of things because
Right.
I've tried other plans where they're not nice and you're kind of stuck with them. And but like when I did eventually, like after my second week, I was like, oh look, I'll try this and that, and I got the mix, and I was like, oh my God! So it made the 6 months simple because I actually looked forward to what I was having.
Right.
You know.
Super. That's fantastic. And I suppose then you touched a little bit there on one of the questions that I would ask, which
Mhm.
was, what was it that made you start?
Yeah, it's like no, when I say it was the wedding, I can't say it was solely the wedding. Like I'd been feeling like I was, to put it in perspective for people, I wasn't a girl who was just, a little bit overweight or had gained it in the last year. I was always overweight, but in the last few years, I was actually, um, I was morbidly obese. That's exactly the term. So for my own health, like I was healthy, like, but I knew that's not going to last, and I felt awful in my own skin. Um, even towards my family and my husband, I never felt I could be me, which sounds awful, but that's the truth of it. And that in turn made me feel, I was feeling very anxious and I was becoming reclusive. Like, it's kind of hard to admit it, but I'd avoid social situations. And it's not a case of just, oh, I won't bother going here. I actually felt I couldn't go there. I didn't want to go there. It was turning into more of a fear type thing of things,
Mm.
and all purely because of how I looked. Um, so like I knew I needed to start doing something. I have two small kids. I didn't want them to feed off those vibes. I wanted them to have a really happy, healthy mom who doesn't think of stuff like that, just happy and not caring about other people or, outside
Mm.
influences. So that would have been my main reason, but the wedding kind of spurred me to give myself a goal,
Mm.
you know?
That's something, Lisa, I'm lucky with this interview because me and you get the chance to chat fairly often. So
Yeah.
I've gotten to know you quite well.
Hmm.
But that's something that really, really hit me there because you're not the first person to say that it has affected them socially in terms of being
Hmm.
recluse and that sort of thing. And for the people that say that to me, it always knocks me back a step because I would not say to you, Lisa, that's not in your nature because you're a very
Hmm.
warm person and everyone that meets you wants to be around you. So it just
Oh,
seems that is really, really unnatural. I mean, that photo shoot that we went to,
yeah.
you kept everyone straight and level and calm and you were so fun to be around. So when people say things like that, it really, as I said, it knocks me back a step. It's just not what you'd expect. So
Yeah.
I think it really is a shame that for so many people, the way that they see themselves physically
Hmm.
Im impacts the way that they are in an outward manner towards the rest of the world because it just doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
that,
it's I always call it the vicious circle of your inner person is who you are, and then you can't be that person because of how you feel about yourself. And
mm,
in my situation, obviously I won't get into my personal life, but I had stuff
mm,
happen to me that was, we put it in proper terms, a tragedy. And I'm not the type who gets aggressive and goes roaring and confrontational. I keep things in. And I think that people who are like that tend to eat for comfort. And
mm,
that's how I manage sadness, happiness, stress. That was how I dealt with every situation. Just
mm.
eat and you forget about it for those 5 minutes. So like I think that's how I got to the stage I was at.
Right. Okay. I'm with you.
Yeah,
And as I say, that's really hard to hear because anyone that knows you would know that that's not the Lisa that we all know and love.
yeah.
Definitely not.
Thank
Um,
God, not anymore.
and I touched then on the points why you got started. Now, if you just cast your mind back, so would you say once you actually started the plan,
Hmm.
the things that were running through your mind was I'm doing this for my kids, I'm doing this for me, for my health, I'm doing this for me socially. Those are all things that we had, but what were your dreams and your goals starting out then? Was it just for your kids and just to be lose weight, or was there anything else that you
It
had
was,
envisioned for your future?
yeah, it was definitely like I'd spent my 20s huge, let's be honest. So I
Okay.
didn't want my 30s to be like that.
Okay.
For a younger, like as you know, I'm big into fashion, hair, makeup, and I'm
Mm,
always styling my other friends, and we'd go shopping and I'm picking out their size 8s and 10s and throwing their outfits together and helping them out. Like it's my thing. I love it. And then I'd go shopping and I have to go into the plus size stores and yes, I could put on my makeup, look nice, and you'd always get the comments of, you know, oh, you've a lovely pretty face, but like what is left out of that sentence is if you slim down, you'll be gorgeous. You know what I mean? It's kind of you kind of, even though someone is saying a lovely thing, you always know they're leaving out, if you know what I mean. They're
yes, I
kind
know
of saying,
exactly
yeah,
what you
you
mean.
know exactly what I mean. But it's like, I was I wanted to be the girl like my friends that could be into any shop and buy what I want off the rail and, just things that a 20, 30-year-old should be doing, you know? And my kids obviously is the main reason because
Mm,
kids are nasty, when like my son just started national school a year ago. And like a big
right.
thing for me, because when I was in national school, I'd hear kids saying, "Oh my God, your mom is fat," about another child's mother. Kids, they are nasty and they can say hurtful things. And it was always on my mind. I was like, I never want to collect him. And for
Mm,
someone to turn around and say something horrible about his mom, I never want to go down in his estimation. So
right.
yeah,
Okay.
I know it sounds probably a strange thing to say, but it's just that's the way people are, The kids are very innocent. They point out things, and I just didn't want to be an eyesore. I suppose that's how I felt in my head. I wanted to
Right.
be a slim 30-year-old collecting my child from school and not out of breath coming up home in the 5-minute walk.
Well, you definitely nailed that one. You hit that one out the park. You don't need to worry about that. Um, and then I suppose, because I like to try and follow a bit of a trend here. The next thing for
Mhm.
me would be, I mean, because you blitzed it, you got through it, and you did it well. So, what changed for you towards the end? That was what you started out thinking.
Mhm.
Was it did that change at all throughout the plan, or were you just thinking, yeah, I'm achieving these goals, or did you start thinking, hey, actually, there's more to it than this. I can start doing extra things here. Did you
Oh,
notice any
definitely.
changes and benefits?
Definitely. Like, um, anyone who's kind of a quieter person will understand about this issue. It's like I had a big issue with groups. So
Right.
I'd avoid any group activity because I just wasn't comfortable in my own skin and I wasn't comfortable talking about myself. I just it's not my thing, I suppose. But my friend asked me would I join a Zumba class, and now I
Right.
love dancing. So this was now at my biggest, like, but I love dancing, I love things like that. And I was saying, right, that might be my thing, but there'll be other people there. Oh my God, what am I going to do? So my friend was like, oh, we'll stand at the back of the class and we'll get in the swing of it and this and that. And I went and it was like, oh my God, why didn't I do this years ago? Like it was just so much fun. Like if anyone out there is saying they can't because they're size 20, they can't go to Zumba or because they're quiet and shy, you don't have to talk to anyone anyway. It's just the fun of the dancing. It was just
Mm,
brilliant. I love it.
mm,
So that was a huge turnaround for me even that was near the start, like. So
right.
I kind of forced myself to, do things like that throughout the journey to change. Because I also had to
Yep.
change my way of thinking. It wasn't just my body.
Absolutely outside the comfort zone.
Yeah.
Mm. Right. Right. Well, that really is super. And I suppose one thing that maybe me and you think about it so much that we miss the simpler elements of this diet, the things that just we now take for granted, which is the boosts in the energy levels and that
Yeah.
sort of thing. How did you find that? Because I noticed when I did it, my, I was like, yeah, a turbo
I
bunny
I
everywhere.
can't. Yeah. That's the thing. And you can't, like, when I'm trying to explain it to someone, you can't, it's hard to word it, isn't it? It's like, you know, it's like the best feeling ever because
Yep.
the way I'd probably describe it is when I was eating what I was eating, I didn't realize how bad I felt. I didn't
Mm.
realize how horrible I felt every morning waking up, how horrible I felt going to bed at night until I was on the plan. And then I
Yes.
realized, oh my God, I feel so light, I feel so energized, and then I was like, I felt like complete crap for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
It's
That
only
that
when you stop it, you realize.
yes, it's a devastating realization that it's like seriously, how did I do that for that long?
That's
Yeah,
it.
I know
And
exactly what.
especially with having kids, like, you just get up in the morning, you'd be up before them and you're ready for it and night feeds are easier and it's just weird how hard you would have made life on yourself before that when, this buzz and this feeling great and it's just, as I said, it's hard to describe. People need to experience it and see. the big change that they can feel.
Absolutely. It's like wafting along on a cloud of air, but just at a million miles an hour. That's the
Yeah,
way I
that's
describe it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And a clearer mind, which is weird. You know,
Yes.
it's like your head clears and it's like you can think easier. I don't know. It's
Well, I asked Mark about that, and he says that's all just down to the really specialist nutrition, the right balance of minerals, vitamins. Basically, your body's getting exactly what it needs, so it's
that's
kind of like
it.
a well-oiled machine while you're on the plan.
That's it.
Um,
Because when you're eating the stuff I was eating, you're probably lucky to get one vitamin a day. So I suppose my body was like, woohoo, finally.
uh, yes, it's all working, yay! Um, well, I suppose that's what I'd hoped to achieve then from that particular question, because
Hmm.
that's exactly what the diet's all about. We've nailed it in one there.
Yeah,
Um, so the next one, and I'm not going to hold back on this because it'll be near and dear to both of us.
yeah,
It's going to be all about the support because Lisa, you're on Facebook, and well, not so much now, but I am customer service. So
yeah.
I'm not going to dance around this question. It's a chance for us to say
Oh,
what we
brilliant.
have to say. Blow
You're
our own
brilliant,
trumpet.
Grant. I love
Yes, Lisa, you're always there.
you.
Actually, that's true. It's no matter what time you log on, day or night, for anyone that's listening to this, Lisa O'Keefe, the new you plan is always there. I,
I
I
just
don't know how
enjoy
you
it
do
so much.
it.
I don't know what it is. I'm like, I love reading the updates and secret sermons. I love answering everybody. And I think it's when you've been through it yourself, you're genuinely like rooting for people and you're like, come on. And, you know, you love seeing the success stories. And I've actually, so you make friends in there, as you know. You
Mm.
just, there, it's not just people, they're friends and there's lovely friendships formed within the group. I just love
Yes, I've noticed that. It's
it.
really strange because at work I wouldn't really go into my Facebook profile and go, oh, let's start adding people as friends. But I've noticed that it really does create that family and community feeling where I'll log out in one morning and there'll be two people that I've helped adding me as a friend on Facebook, and it's
Yeah.
mind blowing.
Because my own
Um,
friends must think I've disappeared or something because I rarely use my own Facebook now. It's just, I'm constantly logged into the new plan.
that yeah, absolutely disappeared off the radar altogether.
Yeah.
And I suppose then, Lisa, because you've had to deal with me and customer services in terms of phoning in and contacting me through the website. So, and you've done it indeed as a customer because you've
Hmm.
you've done maintenance on the plan because you're
Hmm.
you're not on it full time all the time anymore.
No.
But every now and again you'll come through and you'll place an order. So, do you
Yeah.
mind me asking how you found the support? Just
Oh,
because you don't work
it's
in office with
brilliant.
us.
Like, um, at the start, obviously, you know, it was a different group. It was less people. It was more Juliana I would have spoken to or Michael. But even back then, when I was on it at the start, it was like, and I suppose it's because Jules has gone through it herself and done the
Mm.
plan. That makes all the difference. You know, she really cares. She really wants people to get to their goals. She's constantly online supporting and commenting, and it just it's a different feel. Like, you know, you wouldn't get that anywhere else where the person is actually seriously trying to help you get your goal weight. And that's what I noticed when I started. And nothing is too much for her. You know, you
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
if you have a question, if you have a worry, anything, she's there to help. And that I think that was it for me. I just knew this is okay because I'm a bit, as you know, I'm a worrywart. I think about everything, you know, so
Yes.
I needed her. So it was brilliant, like for me to have that support from her and ongoing. Obviously, I'm in contact with you and Ellie and Mark a lot and David. And it's just, it's like, as you know, we're like a little family. It's not
Exactly.
like these cold calls like you know, as you know, when you ring other customer service places, you're like banging the phone out to them because they're not listening and, you know, they drive you insane. But like, I don't think
Well, can you
anybody
help
could say
me?
that about us,
Yeah, exactly.
you know.
Well, I know that just because it does with us, it forms like this big loop, and it's just this blanket that no matter what way you come at the new you're going to get the support. If it's
Yeah,
through Facebook, if it's through the website, if it's through the phones, we just have we try and keep it as much of an open channel as possible.
That's it.
Uh, and I think it has worked for us. It has definitely worked.
Definitely.
Um, so that covers the support side of it. Now, having achieved so much on this plan, Lisa, do you mind me asking what advice you'd give to anyone who's listening to this interview and just thinking, oh, she's done it, but I don't know if I could. You know, that
Yeah.
feeling that you had, you explained at the beginning to me, that fear of I don't quite know what to do. What would you
Okay.
say?
Well, my advice would be that I was you. I was that person. Every single other diet I did, I failed. And it wasn't through, going and weighing in and then going eating something. I wasn't cheating. When I give something to something, I give it 100%, but I couldn't get the results. So I've been that person. I've been at the other side. This plan just, it changes everything. Like I said it to you, I think at the shoot, I wish I could fast forward people just for a sneak
Mm,
peek of their future so if they could see the feeling you get and how much your life changes, they'd do it. They'd be on it, done, dusted. They'd be at the weight. But it's because people can't visualize it. I was one of those. I never actually thought I'd get to where I got, but you can get there. That's the thing. It's you probably feel the same. You're just like, oh my God, a tear. Just you can help people
mm.
so much, and it's like I'd be bubbling with trying to get them to do it. And I've got friends and family on it. My dad did it, and he lost a phenomenal amount of weight. He's kept it up over a year now, um,
Mm.
and his heart problems have eased, and it's just helped him in so many ways. Friends have done it, kept the weight off, and they're like they'll never look at another diet. So I just hope that if somebody's out there and they're unsure and they're sitting on the fence, try a week of it. Just
Well,
give
this
it
is it.
one shot for your future. It's worth it, and you'll never look back.
Nothing to lose, everything to gain,
Everything to gain.
and for me, it's always like you say. It's just the 1 week. Just give it till you get into ketosis. That's all it
That's
is.
it.
And if you can make it past day 3, day 4, that's it. Your life's gonna change,
Yeah.
and that's what I keep trying to hammer home. Because if someone does ask me, "Was this diet difficult?" Yeah, the first 2 or 3 days can be a bit tough, but after that, you will not look back, not even for 1 second. And that is, I think that's the thing that we've always tried to hit home for people.
Yeah, and I think people kind of, you know, people use excuses like I did it, can't walk down here now because it might rain in 5 minutes, so I'll
Yeah,
drive, like we
exactly.
all use excuses.
I know exactly what you mean by that, and I think
So
that
you just need to, like, if someone's going to say, oh, I've heard it's hard, at the start, it's like, just do it because I'm sure you've done harder things, we've all been through stuff. So like this is actually, to me, and I know it might sound harsh, it's so simple. You might have a slight headache, at some stage and
mistakes.
on day
Yeah.
3, but I didn't even get the headaches, to be honest, and I didn't get any other. Mine was actually really smooth sailing. So it's just like, do it. Don't let any excuse or any little thing from somebody else turn you off what's there
Mm,
for you.
exactly. That's exactly it. And
Yeah,
I wouldn't put it any other way. That's the best way of putting it.
yeah.
Absolutely. And I suppose then, Lisa, and this is the part I always introduce as my favorite part of the
Hmm.
interview because it gets us down to the nuts and bolts of who you are.
Hmm.
I'm going to look at two things here, your daily routine and your exercise, which we've kind of already touched on, but your daily routine is always really important to me. Now, as I said, for anyone that's still listening, Lisa's done it both sides of the diet, the refeed and full TFR.
Hmm.
So again, Lisa, I know this isn't the easiest question to answer because we all change as we progress through the diet, but
Yeah.
as
I,
as close as you can get it, your daily routine on TFR.
okay, well, I was a bit of a creature of habits. I was very
Okay.
methodical, so
Okay.
I kind of stuck to the same kind of routine. So let's say in the morning now, I would have my first meal as late as possible because I'm one of these people, I'm not hungry until I eat. I know that
Right.
some people will understand this, that you could go till 2 p.m. and be fine, but if you eat at 9 a.m., you want to eat again at 10. It's just, Some people are built that way. I was one of those. So I'd have my first one at around 11, and it would
Hmm.
normally be the porridge.
Right.
And then I'd have the next one at around 2, and it would probably be a shake, and then I'd have the next one at about 6, and it would be one of the hot meals.
Mm.
Um, it's kind of hard to pick a favorite. I was just going to pick a favorite for you, and I was like, I actually can't. So one of the hot meals, and then if I wanted something, see, nighttime eating was my big issue, so I kind of would
Right.
have the bar then at around 9. Um, this is like for the first few months. That's what got me, into the zone.
Mm.
Like,
Mm.
um, so yeah, that'll be. And then with the water, like, you know, people say, "Oh, I don't like water." I'm like, "Oh my God, I was allergic.com. Could not, like, hated water with a passion." One of these people that would be like, doing this secret gagging as I drink water. So like, I understand when people say it, but I would start at 9, and I'd aim to have my first litre. If you carry a 1 litre sports bottle, life is way
Mm.
easier. And I'd have the first litre gone by 12, and then the second litre would be gone by 3, the third litre by 6, fourth by 9. Now, if anyone's
Mm.
listening and freaking out, you don't have to have 4 litres. So it's anything above 2.5 litres is perfect. But if you can
Okay.
add a bit extra as you go on the plan, that's great. But don't be thinking you
Perfect.
have to have that at the start. But the amazing thing about the plan is the water flavorings. Like, it's simple. There's no more thinking now about water, or it's
That's
just,
it.
they're gorgeous, all of them. So anyone who thinks the water will turn them off during the diet, there's water flavorings. So there's still no excuse.
Those water flavorings have really taken off. We've got 3 new ones in now.
They're gorgeous.
I really enjoy them. I think they're amazing.
They're really
Well,
nice.
you've just knocked one of my questions off because I was going to ask you what your favorite product was, but you said you couldn't pick one. Come on,
Yeah,
you got to pick one. There has to be one you got to love.
it's like, it's so hard because it depends, like meal-wise, if I had to pick a favorite meal. Okay, the banana shake, right?
Right.
I adore the banana shake. It's the nicest banana thing, and I would never pick a banana thing, but it's just, oh my God. And then all the bars, like, you can't. Who could pick a bar? They're just, every single one of them is gorgeous.
Mm.
Um, hot meal is really hard. All hot meals are lovely. So I just, saying that all the stuff is lovely, I'm just really trying to nitpick. Um, and all the snacks are unbelievable. Like I, as you know, I still ring you and I'd order a few bits, but like,
Mm.
I would prefer, and this is genuine hand on heart, if you said to me, let's go to the shop and you can pick any chocolate bar you want, I'd be like, oh, can I have a chocolate wafer? It would just, like, they're
Chocolate wafer is amazing.
so much nicer than any bar ever.
I completely agree with you on that one.
Yeah,
100%.
and they're so
I love
filling.
those. Yes, they're amazing for that.
Yeah,
They were my savior. If I ever really had a hard day, those snacks were what pulled me through when I was doing the plan.
they're brilliant.
So,
And I used to go to the cinema, like, I love the cinema. And I used to bring a bag of either the barbecue snacks or the chili ones, and I'd bring a wafer, and like,
mm,
I know someone would be thinking, oh my God, you 2 things in one go, but like, you can adapt it. There's no, like, oh my God, you can kind of change it when you need to. So I used to say, right, this is cinema day, and this is my treat, and I'd bring my 2 things, and like,
mm,
I never wanted the popcorn in there, or a bottle of water and those 2 things, and I was sorted.
yeah, exactly. I noticed that your whole mindset shifts when you're on this plan,
Big time.
100%.
Yeah.
Um, so as I say, I was going to bring it back a little bit here because one of my other favorite questions that we did touch on earlier, and maybe that was all there was to it, because funny enough, that's one thing I've never spoken to you about, is your exercise. You'd said Zumba was something that you enjoyed. Is there anything else that you maybe picked up since you started doing the plan?
Um, I I started going to a local gym with
Right.
a friend of mine. No, I'm not. I'm no gym bunny. Like I can't run and things.
Right.
Um, it's just, I don't know. I'm just totally awkward on things like that. But like I love doing the rowing machine, the bike, weights here and there. You know, things like that. I do stints on each machine.
Well, this is it,
That's
and those small things will build up, and they add up,
yeah.
definitely.
Like it's just I think anything you do, you know, go for a walk, anything helps. But
Mm.
as you know from listening to customers all the time, like it's not a necessity. You know, if someone says, like I had sciatica after having my daughter on my
Right,
right leg, and like if I took my right leg off the ground, the pain would shoot down my leg, the nerve pain. So like
right.
I was pretty limited in some things, you know, of what I could do. But I still like, you know, you can't kind of say, oh sure, I won't bother. So, you know, you just have to kind of say,
But to do,
there's something else
yeah,
I can do, and I'll just adapt and you know, and it's more for like you'll still lose the weight whether you exercise or not, but for toning and for I think it clears your mind. You
mm,
know, it's just a good thing to try adapting to it at some stage.
I agree completely. That's what exercise is all about. I think everyone feels that it has to be this hard pounding, you know,
Yeah.
exertion that's unpleasant, and it doesn't have to be. You might find that if you start off doing something, you'll get to the point where that happens naturally, and you actually end up enjoying it. But no one
Yeah.
should be diving into the deep end in that way. It's all
No.
about just
Just
doing
break
something
yourself
that
in.
you enjoy. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
definitely.
Break yourself in, don't break yourself. That's
Yeah.
it. Well, Lisa, that was everything that I had to cover. Now you were also at our photo shoot, and I'm only going to pick up on this because I interviewed Melissa earlier on in the week, so I thought it might be nice to touch on it because you were also epic at that shoot. Um, how did you find it? How was your day there?
Um, it was like as you know, like compared to the way I used to be, it's totally out of my comfort zone. You know, it was a whole new thing for me, even the pampering, and it's just all like my mind was blown by the day. Um, but like if it's just hard to explain again how relaxed and fun the whole experience is. You know, like I'm sure somebody else would be like in my shoes thinking, oh, I could never do that, and you know that wouldn't be me at all. No, it wasn't me either. You know, I was used to years of running away from cameras. So, but the team, the people, you know, um, Matt, Kirsty, everybody who was involved, I can't praise them enough. You know, they were so good at making people enjoy the whole experience and feel comfortable, and it was just a day I'll remember forever. It was just amazing.
Absolutely. Well, we loved having you there. It was so enjoyable, and hopefully we will get the chance to do it again. I know you're not coming to the next one, but I'm sure we will do it again.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Well, all that's left then is for me
Yeah.
to say thank you to the lovely Lisa O'Keefe for agreeing to do the interview with me. Thank you so much, Lisa, and
No bother.
I will make sure that I catch up with you soon.
Definitely. Thanks a million.
Thanks, Lisa.
Bye.
Bye.